All right, howdy y'all. It's another Whiskey Wednesday, but not just any Whiskey Wednesday. It is 9/11. So we are doing a little old line American single malt whiskey. This is the old line Cask strength. Actually discontinued. They replaced it with what's now known as the Navy strength. This is a little higher than the Navy strength. This is 124.4 proof. So if you've watched us before, you know that we're big fans of the old line. They are a distillery down in Baltimore, Maryland, and all they do is American single malt. So we normally do bourbons or ryes, but we've definitely enjoyed their American whiskeys over the years.
How do they make their malt different than other companies?
Well, they follow a bourbon process.
Bourbon process, yeah. So it's a little different than the others.
Yeah, so the malt whiskey you would typically see in a Scotch, and a lot of Irish, but you see it in some. There is a market now for this American single malt. It's growing, but Old Line are sort of the pioneers of it, I think. First one I've seen and at least enjoyed.
And they're absolutely delicious.
Yeah, they all seem to hit the right spot. There's just Mark.
Hey, happy Whiskey Wednesday, everybody.
And the best part about it was, what did these guys do in the military?
Yeah, so they were Navy pilots. And
let's leave it at that. We don't need to talk more about it.
Well, since it's 9/11, Gopher, you can share with us the story that Mark had told you about what they did on that day.
We are not going to talk about that because it may get back to them, and I never want them to get hurt. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll never talk
top
about
secret?
Mark, it's not top secret, but I'm not supposed to. I don't want to talk about something online.
All right.
I'm kind of green, you know.
Yeah.
With this stuff, what does it mean to be single malt? That means single, one type of grain. What's a single malt?
Well, it's a malted process, so they're malting the barley.
Yeah, they malt barley.
It's barley. And malting is a process, and you can do a single malt or you can do a double malt.
But
when you're malting the grain.
The way they do it is the
malt.
same way bourbon's being done. I don't know. Do they have vats? They don't have vats there, do they?
Well, I know you make your mash, and then I guess you let it sit a little while, and then you add, but malt means to do what to it? You take a mash and you do what to make it malt?
Mark,
we're not distillers.
Mark, are you hearing this conversation?
I don't understand what that means.
Malt.
You know what? I don't think we ever even asked them that question.
It's a process that you're using to take the grain and to get the alcohol out of it. But I don't know the specifics, so I can't tell you exactly how.
So basically,
I just had never heard of it.
Yeah.
So from what I understand is, if I get this right, you got this little kill-me looking thing, and they put the mold in there, and the product, whatever it is, the grain or whatever it is,
barley,
and they make it, and they heat it up. And they cook it over to their piece. So now I guess the alcohol is starting to be made.
Right.
But they make it so I remember he said they make it longer than most people because it gets all the chemical out of it. I don't know. Mark, if you're listening to me, please ask.
Brian's looking it up, so he's going to fill us in.
Malt whiskey as a whiskey produced at an alcohol by volume level not exceeding 80% from a fermented mash of not less than 51% malted barley grain that is stored for aging in charred new oak containers.
So Mark
answered all your questions, didn't it?
So ferment the mash.
So Mark does.
They let
also,
it sit somehow, I guess, so it ferments like.
So Mark's company actually makes it like a bourbon. So once it gets to a certain point, or maybe it's the whole way to a point, it's made like a bourbon with different grains. That's all basically. And he's so cool. So when you go there once in a while, we get them knock the little the bunghole out and the teeth in and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I love you, Mark, dude. I hope you're watching today. So, and thank you, by the way. 9/11 is for you guys.
Malt whiskey must be distilled in a pot still from a mash of 100% malted barley, which may be peated or unpeated in character.
Well, thank you. I hope there's an
Although unpeated
This would be
malt is typical.
unpeated. Yeah.
Peter is bad.
Yeah, peated is you're definitely, a lot of scotches are peated, but we don't like those. So,
So,
um,
I'll tell you one thing. Mark and Arch does a great job, and
oh yeah,
the other guy, I can't remember his name. He's always nice when I see him. I wait till him.
Malt barley.
so anyway, they don't malt corn, they don't malt rye. I guess I actually have heard of malted rye.
Yeah, there's malted rye.
yeah.
'Cause I want to get that. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was
How do you
delicious.
malt corn?
The new riff,
I mean, I'd be like, you
Okay.
smash
Rye and
corn,
malted
that's
rye.
shit. I don't know.
but I haven't seen it anywhere to get it.
But it's definitely something that's almost always done with barley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you knocking on that window and tell Jack to wake up and come outside? No party. He's gonna be sitting here tomorrow.
All right, so we got this bottle. It's as usual with the old line. It's a really unique bottle, and again, this is the American Single Malt Cask Strength, 124.4. So I don't know if you can get this anymore. Honestly, I think it's replaced by the Navy Strength. But
Wow, it is strong, man.
The funny part is, the last time I had this, I was probably drinking it with Mark and maybe Arch was walking by. He never says hi much, but he walks by. Down there in what the hell is that? Maryland?
Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
And then he told me this is the best one he had, so I bought it, put my initials on it, and now somehow Dean has my initials. So I don't know.
It wound up at the ranch, but I'm bringing it back here for you, so you can retake
up,
possession
enjoy.
of it. Yeah, it doesn't look like I drank any of it, so it's a pretty full bottle still.
Well, it's getting lower and lower as we go.
Yeah. All right, so nice color on this. It's got a nutty smell.
It's got a strong. I can't believe you can smell it that strong. 'Cause, man,
Yeah.
it got my eyes right around. Whoa.
Oh, you got to get past the heat. There's definitely some heat on the nose.
Oh, there's a lot of
Hey,
heat.
there's a lot of heat on the nose.
Yeah, it is.
There's heat passing this. So.
But it does have a nutty note to it.
This time I drank this, Mark didn't know if I was going to leave his bar.
It smells like rubbing alcohol.
Brian says it smells like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
make my eyes water.
What
I
do you
haven't even
think,
drank
Mark?
it yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Clean Oreo spoon
It
out.
definitely
Hey,
cleans
clean
your-
Oreo spoon out.
cleans your sinuses out.
Yeah,
It's got the heat on the nose.
yeah, it's kicking a little bit on the nose.
Getting a little like a lot of earthy to this, like the leather and the tobacco kind of like the heavier.
Ooh.
I'm actually getting like a cherry,
Yeah,
like a
Yeah.
real dark cherry, which that's common with a lot of their stuff.
yeah, you do go
A lot of
cherry.
dark-
It's like that maraschino
Yeah,
cherry, you know,
real dark,
Yeah,
and because the other one, the one that's finished in the sherry cask, that is incredible.
oh yeah.
You know, the other one I like. Which one I liked? I forget what was finished in that.
You like the Sauterne.
Sauterne.
Sauterne
Yeah,
cask
so,
finish.
Sauterne.
I do get like some of that earthy, the leather, like a little tobacco,
I get a little pea
It's-
in this.
little
I think pea got stuck in there.
but it's really good. I like this. The nose is hotter than the finish.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. I can appreciate it on both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty
me
good.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right because I can't.
Yeah, the
Deep
nose
breath.
is woo. Then
I can't take a deep whiff. Where
Really
it's
like
oh,
this.
It just pushes me away. But the first sip a little burn, but the second
Yeah.
one seems to do all right.
Yeah, these flavors are far and few between when you get these kind of the heavier. Not so much the
A lot of finish though.
yeah.
Like, wow, dark, earthy.
Sorry, I'm
And
tired.
I can taste it for quite a while. It doesn't just drop off.
No.
You get a lot of bang for your buck on all these bottles. They all seem to bring it. They always drink at or above their proof, and they always have 3-4 notes, you know, so which is really great. And again, it always, you know, I've had a few scotches in my day, and I never liked any of them. I like this stuff. I always like it. Some are better than others. This bottle in particular is pretty good. It's
a little strong though.
It's definitely got a lot of heat, but
Yeah,
once you
yeah,
get past
thinking of butt.
once you get past that, there is some nice notes to enjoy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm getting a little.
I'll say
Mark
this
said that cherry. You get
oh, this one, the missile on the radar.
you get a little. You know, it's like that. It's like a nutty, almost like a peanut brittle, and sweet.
got some molasses to it.
Yeah, I could buy that. Some molasses and you were saying a little leather.
You never liked Johnny Walkers or Doers or any of those?
I mean, I haven't. I mean, again, I'm not.
I used to like Doers. Was it White Label or Red Label? White Label? I can't remember. Years back.
I've had all that stuff. I had, but I never had one that I was like, oh, this is good.
The Johnny Walkers.
I had the
okay,
blue, and that wasn't bad, but I'm not a big fan of much of the other. But that's
That's like $200 a bottle. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
maybe someone gave it to my brother-in-law as a present.
But they're so smoky, aren't they? It's almost like you're
I only had a
eating
little bit of
eating
it.
up some of the burnt wood that's in there. They're really smoky.
That's that peat.
You know, the biggest difference that I've noticed. It's interesting that you say that. I think the bourbons and this American single malt are much more oaky than a Scotch, and I think that's because they're finished in brand new oak barrels.
Yeah.
And the Scotches are not. I always find them to be much more woody, much more oaky. And I think I must like that.
Yeah.
You know, I must like that oaky taste over the Scotches, which are, to me, they're always a little thin, and they're just really not very interesting.
I did
So I
a
wanna
Johnny
say-
Walker taste test, and they were smoky.
Okay.
I was sitting here and I was trying to figure out why I didn't want to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when Mark told me what he did,
Right.
which was just a very simple explanation of what he did in the military,
Right.
and Arch was probably doing the same thing, right? But I never want them to have any like something that would kick back and cause a PTSD problem. So that's why I said I'm not saying anything, because I don't think that's right. I honor them 100% for what they did.
Fair enough.
And if I had it wrong, I could have had it wrong anyway, so I didn't want to be
That's
involved.
all right.
in
No, they were
It's been a
both.
while.
They were both Navy pilots, but as they explained it, they were both Goose, not Maverick. So they were the guys that rode in the back, and you know, not that that's not a pilot, it still is, but they weren't the main pilot, I guess.
Well, we both love you guys, so we don't.
Yeah, we take a trip down there every year. You guys didn't make it this year. But
No.
I got back down there.
Well, I just wanted to tell you guys I didn't want you to think that I was knocking you guys, but I know you guys did a lot. But I don't want to say anything just in case you got it wrong, and I don't want anything bad to happen. So I love you guys.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to do some ratings on this bottle.
Yeah, that's
All right.
fine.
So,
That's a different bottle. So
you want to start? Gopher?
wow, this is a real different bottle, and I always love everything that Old Line does. It's a hot bottle, I'll tell you that. It's 124, right? You said?
Yeah, 124.4.
It's a kick you in the ass bottle. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Bottle price. What's the bottle price?
That's what I was going to
54?
ask.
About 50, 55, something like that. Yeah.
No, available. I'm about 54.
Right, yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna try to put everything together here. I'm gonna go with a 6.2.
All right. 6.2 from the Gopher.
And I'm even saying it's flavor. And I always give it up to 9/11 guys and cover our asses.
There
So
you
there you
go.
go.
Appreciate it. Well, we'll go to Double B.
Like I said, it's very strong. What is it? 127 proof.
124.4.
124. It is very strong. So
Oh yeah,
Um,
people.
it was tough for me to get a nice a little smell on there.
You got to
like
work at it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
but like I said, it just came off really strong to me. I was like, a little nervous to take a sip.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I felt the burn, but got the second one in me, and I was like, okay, now I get it. And so, really like the flavors, the finish on it. I guess you guys call it. It's fantastic. I mean, what I get afterwards, and it just doesn't just go away. It lingers, which is kind of nice. I can't say this is something I'd be sipping on typically warm like this. I'd probably throw an ice cube in it. Cool it off and just sip on it. And I could see enjoying a nice little sipper of this with some ice. But based on that, I'm going to give it like a 7.3 just because it's kind of warm for me. Where typically I wouldn't normally sip on something that strong, but and with that kind of a burn.
Good.
So there you go.
Yeah, very fair. All right. Just Mark.
I'm going to pour this a little bit more because I do enjoy this. I mean, the nose, the first, when you do that, it's like, whoo, right up in there. But then you get all that, the cherry and all the other stuff, which I really enjoy the nose of this. And the taste, like I said, you get that little bit of leather, molasses, the dark cherry, and all that kind of stuff that you don't really get that much of. And just something you were saying, Mark told me to do this with the one that I like, the sherry finished one of these. Put an ice cube in it. It opens up so crazy. You get this dark cherry and all. But that's like, at least you put an ice cube in these and it really changes, like enhances the flavor so much of their product. But you know what? I'm going to go with an 8.3 with this. I really enjoy this.
You guys are higher than me. Jesus,
I really enjoy this. I mean,
You've always been low.
it's
I say
it's really good. Too bad. I mean, I don't know what the Navy strength's going to be like, but this is
The Navy strength, I think it's about 114 proof. Yeah.
It might make it. I might take that and get a little bit better nose.
Take a little bit of the
Take that edge off.
The edge off, exactly.
Because once you get past that edge, this is delicious.
I had the Navy strength at the distillery, and I can tell you that I do prefer it to this. It's a little.
I can't believe we started this bottle in around.
Yeah, it's a little less harsh. I think that if there is a drawback on this particular bottle, that would be it. It's a little hot on the nose. It's a little hot on the finish. And the heat doesn't really go away. I mean, it's kind of there consistently from the nose through
Even
the
after
palate
you're
to the
done.
finish. Yeah. So you want it on the finish. You don't necessarily want it on the nose and the palate.
It didn't change the bottle being open to the bottle being in. So.
Oh no! This bottle didn't really settle down over time.
This is jet fuel.
Yeah, it really is. But it's not so hot that you can't enjoy it.
No.
We can always keep that bottle laying around just in case we end up starting to show.
Yeah. But I do like the color.
Right on
I
with diesel,
I do like the nose despite the heat on it. It has a nice nutty character. The palate, as we've talked about, I think features the cherry. There is some leather and some molasses, so it's a really nice flavor combination. Very pleasing and even like I don't know, it's like a raisin in there too. It's a nice dark fruit.
Yes.
So the finish we talked about. The finish is nice and it's warm. It's a hug. It's a Baltimore hug. And I like it. I mean, I think the heat on the finish is appropriate.
Yeah.
So
the nose, it's not, but the finish
yeah,
is.
I'm closer to Mark on this one. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. There's a lot to like about this bottle. I think the price point is very fair. And for being, again, not a bourbon, not a rye, but a single malt, malted barley, it's better than anything I have had in its class.
I thought we were doing bourbon.
So, what's that?
I thought we were doing bourbon tonight. Bourbon?
It's just.
I don't care. I mean,
It's-
We're Gopher's Corner whiskey drinkers.
Yeah, that's right.
He said bourbon.
So, yeah, so I think overall it's going to get a good score, close. It's going to be around a 7.5, 7.6, something like that. Good bottle. But again, if you see this label or something similar, it's probably going to be the Navy strength now. And I would suggest definitely picking that up because it's some of the harshness on this is a little filtered on the Navy strength. So pick it up. If you haven't tried Old Line yet, definitely give it a try. They are very unique. And if you're a bourbon lover who thinks you don't like malted barley, I was that guy. And I'm telling you, I like this a lot. So don't sleep on it just because it's not bourbon.
I think the ones
and
they
not
have
rye.
mixed in, wine is a little bit better too.
Yeah, well, so they're finished in wine barrels. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sherry finish and the port finish and the Sauterne finish that they do, they're all great. So
Yep.
And they also have a rum.
that's right.
I have that.
Yeah.
I have a rum. It's 131 proof,
I think I have one.
finished in a malt, whatever that is, single malt barrel.
Yeah.
They finished their rum off in one of their barrels. It's incredible. You put that on a couple ice cubes, just pour that in there and squeeze the lime, and it's this vanilla. Their rum is like pure vanilla.
Just
Yeah.
pure rum with some lime on it.
Yeah, but their rum
Try that.
Their rum tastes like vanilla. Like they have this from the Caribbean, wherever they have their
they
company.
definitely-
Their rum's incredible.
And they also have a bourbon that's finished in the rum barrel.
Yeah.
So they went back and forth with the rum barrel and the.
We used to sip on this
not
stuff
a
called
not a
Shipwreck.
bourbon, but a malt
Yeah.
whiskey. Yeah. Was that Shipwreck?
Yeah, rum. We used to sip on
Okay.
that called Shipwreck. Man, it was good stuff.
All right. Well, we lost the
That-
gopher, but I think that's probably a plus.
Let's wake his
and-
friend up.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate you joining us for our 9/11 Old Line tasting. Again, cheers to everyone who lost their
Salute to
lives
everybody.
that
Cheers.
day, and they're still dying of
Yeah.
cancers related to all the dust and all that. So, never forget.
Nope.
Cheers. Thanks for joining
Cheers.
us. See you
I
next
always
time.
remember exactly where I was at that time.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
Yep.